Your return is much appreciated by the CoinSeries channel. We're sick of hearing this story. However, it's heartening to hear that most commentators are projecting a spectacular 2024 after this behemoth eventually gives way. The certainty has set in, even though that could be the best-case scenario. It feels like forever that the XRP community has been waiting for this. We failed to capitalize on the prior market cycle, even though XRP moved in lockstep with the market. No new all-time high was seen to us. No, I'm only pointing out what most people already know. This is not a woe is me comment. The XRP community has probably been through more than any other group of cryptocurrency users. When I say the SEC strikes, I really mean it. Perhaps this falls under the bad luck category, yet there is still reason to be hopeful. While Bitcoin has been moving sideways, Santion, a chain analytics firm, noticed something interesting happening behind the scenes that the average retail trader is unaware of or hasn't seen. Having said that, I am not advising anyone on their financial situation and have zero expertise in this area. You should not rely on my words when making a purchase or selling a product. Making videos on YouTube about cryptocurrency is something I enjoy doing for fun and as a hobby. Just an enthusiast here. Do you recall the other day when XRP and the market both saw declines? Even though it was just a few days ago, the whole thing is a complete blur now. But I was thinking, XRP has good days when practically everything else has bad days. Another ordinary day has passed. That amount is also not exorbitant. Surely not every single day of the past week has been completely chaotic. As of the time of this writing, XRP was trading at 1.48% above 52 cents, while Bitcoin was down 3%. A sea of red with a touch of green, as any viewer of the TV can attest. By the way, they include coins that have a good history. Beyond that, nearly all other objects are plain red. Is that something you can get behind? If somebody was concerned, even if it's only one piece of information, maybe we can figure out why XRP isn't doing as well as other currencies on a specific day. That is, until you come to the realization that it may be nothing more than a data point. Also, we need to keep an eye on how prices move over a very long period of time. Perhaps that is of greater significance. It makes no difference if it's a day or a week. No amount of time, a month, 3 months, or 6 months, matters. I can't think of a single 6-month period in the past 15 years where I could look at it and confidently forecast XRP's future worth. Whether the market is going through a bull or bear period, the same holds true. Either XRP and the crypto asset class will keep moving in lockstep as they both gain in size and appeal, or they will diverge. Nonetheless, shorter time frames don't yield nearly as much valuable data. XRP is one of only 3 cryptocurrencies that has maintained a steady position in the top 10 coins by market cap. It makes me wonder if anyone else shares my sentiments. I am not entirely crazy because it has lasted for over a decade despite a SEC attack. That is really absurd. Unusual, I must say. Only XRP, Bitcoin, and ETH have maintained a position in the top 10 during their whole life. Here, though, XRP is interesting. It spiked earlier today, at about 4 in the morning Central Time, my time zone, and has been slowly rising since then, from over 52 cents to $52.70. In terms of crypto fear and greed, this measure comes in at 60 out of 100. Even if prices are generally remaining unchanged, people are still being overly hopeful. Expert chartists like Raghu highlight this point by providing comprehensive updates on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency industry overall. Instead, he simply shared a post this morning. With a casual, "How's everyone's weekend going?" Bitcoin asks, "It's wonderful to take a break from the screen," he adds. So now it's, substantially more steady. Bitcoin does nothing as it waits for something to happen. That seems to be the consensus among most people. I can provide you with an additional example, yes. Many people exhibit these kinds of attitudes. Nonetheless, chart analyst Crypto Caesar published a piece this morning, stating, "I think we end up settling for a number between $40,000 and $45,000 for the remainder of the month. This is where I'd bet." You may be familiar with the cliché, the longer the base, the higher the end space. This means that the longer you save, the larger your pot will be. When it is finally taken down, he thinks it would be bullish. Very well, I comprehend. Just for a second, picture ourselves confined to this boring time zone for the foreseeable future. Although I cannot guarantee its realization, it has undoubtedly been taking place in the background. The topic has been covered by sanitation. I find it fascinating, since it stands in stark contrast to the typical acts of a Lamina retail speculator. When it comes to capital expenditures, come on, it's probably not a coincidence if you have a large amount of Bitcoin or another cryptocurrency laying around. Does your strategy differ from that of the typical retail speculator, who frequently acts on impulse when it comes to their money? That is the central inquiry. Here is the data that sanitation sent out earlier today. The current range for Bitcoin is from $41,000 to $44,000. However, whale wallets have made a significant change this week. Following that, 2 bullet points are provided. The range of 1,000 to 10,000 is the most important and primary. Crypto wallets have been around since 1958. Since November 2022, that is the most, it occurred on February 1st. By their reckoning, there were 1,958 wallets in the group of people with 10,000 to 1 million bitcoins as of this writing. That group isn't for the faint of heart. The antics of the whales and the chaps, though, have been getting increasingly entertaining to watch. Then another bucket came crashing down, see the one below it. This, in my view, clarifies the matter considerably. The lowest number of 100 to 1,000 Bitcoin wallets since November 2022 was 13,735 on January 1, 2023. Amidst all the current anxiety, it's intriguing to observe a glimmer of hope here. Evidently, whales are amassing more and more cryptocurrency since some individuals are growing tired with the market until anything major occurs. Sanitation, a chain analytics organization, is arguing this point. I am quite appreciative for your careful consideration. There will always be those that are interested, like you and me, regardless of how exciting the activity gets. It never ceases to intrigue me. This has also been incorporated by chart analyst Michael Vander Pop. Except for Bitcoin and Ethereum, the whole market cap of all cryptocurrencies is displayed in this graphic that he published. His article suggests that all currencies are gearing up for their next surge, which may see them reach X in the coming months. In order to generate a higher low, certain crucial regions must be maintained, only then can the subsequent push be initiated. As a result, he has a very optimistic view on cryptocurrency and thinks its value will skyrocket soon. Even while 2x doesn't sound like much, it might cause quite a stir if debated quickly, especially if rotation is a possibility. So, for now, we'll just have to watch. Another story that has always fascinated me is this one. An attorney named Bill Morgan is the sender of this mail. He went public with this, but it perfectly captures the mentality needed to invest in XRP in the actual world. So, I thought I'd fill you in on the details. I thought you might be interested because it was intriguing to me. This is the outcome of the legal work done by Bill Morgan. That was only this morning. Different people will react differently to the data. How has XRP's pricing changed in the past few months, compared to other currencies? Good Morning Crypto published the piece to which he is referencing. A number of major currencies have recently surpassed XRP in value. Pretty much right away. Your timeline should take precedence above all others. In comparison to other cryptocurrencies, XRP has performed better over the past year. This includes some of my own holdings. Our work is essentially complete. You are able to choose any plot that you choose. Some people still fail to grasp it is something that really annoys me. That, though, calls for a separate conversation. Consequently, a respectable encrypted one was available, and it would have served its purpose admirably. People will react differently to that data, Bill Morgan said, and he passed the message, too. Until tonight, when I spoke with my in-laws, I had no idea they were crypto aficionados. We reached the pinnacle in our field by riding the innovation wave. Here, I am referring to next month's conference is set. The spotlight can now be on XRP and the conference called March Wave of Innovation. The fact that he boasts 100,000 XRP stunned me, even though he had never mentioned cryptocurrencies before. The value of XRP has fallen dramatically in the past few months, which is the main cause. He told me that he plans to purchase an additional 30,000 XRP. End of story. Listen, I'm not attempting to give you buying or non-buying advice. In fact, I have no idea what the future holds. The XRP price's trajectory, especially over shorter timeframes. However, I do see the logic behind this perspective. For the simple reason that everyone is completely panicked and depressed. In that particular domain, the room for expansion is the largest. On the other hand, when there is an abundance of happiness, that should be terrible since you could be getting close to the pinnacle, but instead people are happy. But right now, when everyone is panicking, I can understand how this approach makes sense. Indeed, that is the type of individual who grasps the concept. According to Warren Buffett, you should be wary of the greedy because they get greedy when other people are scared. To the contrary, the level of fear is higher here, and I understand that we are both considering the market in its whole. Still, I can't remember the last time I saw such negative sentiment against XRP specifically. Even if they aren't the majority, it's still unacceptable that people whose personalities make them more vulnerable to negative price action are resorting to social media to vent their unhappiness. That is why I am expressing my deep concern about this. It had been years since I last laid eyes on it. Analyst Dark Defender, on the other hand, released this XRP price chart and said the following. He sees the bright side. Additional to that, I have some updates regarding the recent XRP daily RSI indicator breach to provide. A positive divergence at 52.86 cents indicates that XRP is stronger than last week, despite the lower price. Once you pass that 60-cent mark, you'll encounter minimal opposition. Remember that, we were on the verge of breaking through, and once we do, we expect a surge to 60 cents. Our highest point in the past 24 hours was 52.7 cents. Here he goes again, 52.86 cents. This item is not working properly. You can tell if that happens by watching the resistance level at the 60-day moving average. If you showed me that push up again, I would totally watch it. Maybe people will start to feel less inclined to lodge complaints online. And that's asking a lot. My initial point was to propose that those who complain online should be a bit more subdued. Is there any way to do it? So far, I am unconvinced. Now we will hear from chart analyst 2. Cryptocurrency trader Greg is offering this graph XRP market research. While the following XRP value is being written, increasing the magnification without distorting the scene. The game changer, XRP, is having a domino effect on the banking industry. The descending triangle's measured motion is almost complete. Now, although we're thinking about the large picture, let's go into the minutiae. It seems unlikely that it will fall below 45.2 cents at 5.236. The likelihood that it might reach the red zone when running increases, particularly when uneven forms are present. If I were to say anything like 35 cents or somewhere in the middle of the 30s, as some of you watching on the TV may guess, it would be too optimistic, and we probably wouldn't see it. I have a high degree of conviction that this is a regular formation, he added, before providing this chart, another XRP price chart marked up differently, and indicating that the decrease in August at 41 cents is likely the lowest point. Now that we have 3 possibilities, let's examine them for the base of the second wave. Regardless, the thrilling upside goes straight to Valhalla. Still, he holds out faith that when this monster caves in, a major shift will take place. At the sight of that, a small, baby-shaped face will melt. I have been anticipating this moment of unpleasant melting goo with great anticipation. We have no choice but to do nothing at all in the meantime. I still believe that, though. That being said, you have my utmost admiration if you have managed to stay alive and not contort yourself into a fetal position. Good for you for maintaining your composure, It's okay to feel a range of emotions, uncertainty, concern, pain, etc., because that's what it is to be human. It doesn't mean you're bad or stupid at all. Sometimes, I just like making fun of the average individuals whose jobs include speculating on retail sales. With that stated, I understand, I've been in a similar situation before. Laughing it off is also fine. We need to relax and have fun. We also shouldn't put our fuel fields on the line when making big fiscal decisions. That is all I am saying. I guess that's all. Well, we're no different than everybody else. One great thing about repetition is that it helps you remember that you are still human. On top of that, you've most likely engaged in these activities before. I am familiar with the subject. I never really let fuel fields influence my financial decisions since I'm now just this robotic thing, even if I used to have them in my thoughts. XRP bot, here I am. I really like the way it sounds. I am not an expert in that field. Do not buy or sell under any circumstances. Subscribing to my channel would mean the world to me. Until we meet again, goodbye.